proven that broadband has an influence on GDP growth. 10% broadband penetration triggers 1.5% GDP increase. 1,000 broadband connections create directly and indirectly 80 jobs. These are figures that are shared by quite a number of consultant firms and international organizations. Now, what are the enabling effects? We said job creations, SMEs that use the internet, export more, are more productive. But also, it triggers jobs and activity in sectors like agriculture. For instance, a cashew nut producer in the Ivory Coast can make very good use of mobile, even SMSs, not necessarily broadband and internet, but SMSs, to get information on prices, to optimize the places where he's going to sell, and to just optimize his production, shortages, surpluses, and things like that. A fisherman optimizes the zones where he's going to fish and where he's going to sell, thanks to simple SMSs. It's true that we are still at the beginning of what mobile broadband will enable in education, which is crucial for the development of a country, in mobile health as well, but also in governance. Mobile technology, for instance, the Kenyan government, who has been very active in promoting mobile government, even mobile voting, was saying to me the other day that they had seen a real effect on the reduction of the percentage of corruption within the administration, thanks to e-government and especially mobile government. The users, as I said, we're still at the eve of the mobile broadband internet and what it can enable in the health, in the education. To be very honest, in our sector, our job is to put the technologies at the disposition of the users. But we see some countries, and especially African countries, where 40% of the population are young people under the age of 15, and we know very well that we are not going to design the applications and the uses of the future, but they are going to do it. Just to make a parallel, our industry had not anticipated the success of SMSs. Now, when you give the power of a computer in a mobile phone to a youngster under 15, he is going to imagine uses and applications that we never will think of. And that is what I call reverse innovation, because it's going to happen in these countries before it happens in our developed world. They're going to go their own way. You don't pay with a mobile phone in Europe, you do in Kenya. It's to both. You first need a good framework, regulatory framework. In the long term, you need that fosters investment and competition. Competition between service providers is the key to lower the prices of the connectivity. Second, to reach out to the less dense areas. It won't happen alone by private sector. You have to have a public push, a public incentive with the private sector. So you probably have to invent models that exist of public-private partnerships, or attract long-term funding and subsidies and reduce the cost of investment by fostering co-investment models of operators that lower the cost of the investment. And so we can share models around, and governments like to have experiences from around the world where this has happened. It won't happen alone, it will happen in public-private partnership.